The night was quiet in Lagos. The streets buzzed with cars and chatter, but inside a small, dimly lit room, David sat on his bed, staring at his phone. He didn't expect the call that would change his life forever. The phone rang again. His heart pounded as he picked it up. "David," the voice on the other end trembled, "your father is gone." For a moment, David couldn't speak. His throat tightened, and the world around him grew silent. It felt as if time had stopped. The phone slipped from his hand, and tears streamed down his face. His father had been his strength, his guide, his hero. And now, he was gone. The next morning, David packed his small bag and boarded a bus to Ibadan, where his family had gathered. The house was filled with cries and mournful songs. He hugged his mother tightly, both of them shaking with grief. A few days later, the entire family traveled down to Delta State for the burial. The air was heavy with sorrow as David watched them lower his father's coffin into the ground. His heart broke into pieces. He made a silent promise that day, to make his father proud, no matter how hard life became. After the burial, David's life changed completely. With no father to guide him, he went to live with one of his uncles. At first, things were fine, but it didn't last long. His uncle's wife treated him badly. She insulted him, gave him little food, and made him work endlessly around the house. Sometimes, David cried at night, wondering why life had turned so cruel. Unable to bear it anymore, he moved to another uncle's house. This uncle allowed him to stay and work in his small shop. David worked hard every day, carrying goods, cleaning, and helping customers. Even though life was tough, he never gave up. Then one afternoon, as David rested outside after a long day at the shop, his phone rang. "Hello," he answered. "David." "It's me, James," the voice said cheerfully. It was his old friend from Lagos. "Come and stay with me, my brother. Let's hustle together. I have a plan." David's heart lifted for the first time in months. He packed his few belongings and joined James. Together, they worked day and night, doing small jobs, saving every little naira they could. There were days they went hungry, but they kept pushing. Slowly, their hard work paid off. David started a small business. It grew, little by little, until one day, he looked around and realized he had made it. He had a comfortable house, a car, and a business that was doing well. Years passed, and David became known for his kindness and success. Then one Sunday afternoon, there was a knock on his door. When he opened it, his uncle stood there, with the same wife who had once mistreated him. The woman couldn't look David in the eyes. She held her handbag tightly, her face red with shame. She remembered how she had treated him back then. But David, he only smiled warmly. "Uncle, auntie," he said, "please, come in." They sat awkwardly in his beautiful living room, surrounded by the signs of his success. David could have chosen to remind them of the pain they caused him. But he didn't. He had let the past go. Instead, David went beyond forgiveness. He helped his uncle's family, supported their children, paid for their schooling, and guided them just like his father once guided him. Through it all, David never forgot the boy he once was, the boy who cried alone in Lagos, the boy who lost his father, the boy who was mistreated and struggled. But he also never forgot his promise. And in the end, that promise led him from tears to triumph.